listen, if you've ever felt that awful knot in your stomach right before making a pitch, or, maybe you've hesitated to even pick up the phone because you felt like a total imposter, well, you are in exactly the right place. So let me ask you this, point blank. Why do most beginners absolutely fail in sales? Think about it for a second. You might assume, oh, it's because I don't have those slick closing techniques, or maybe I just haven't perfectly memorized every single technical feature of my product yet. But honestly, that is a complete myth. The truth is, failure almost never comes down to a lack of technical selling skills or perfect product knowledge. It actually comes down to something much deeper, much more biological, and honestly, much more immediate.
Okay, let's dive into this. 7 seconds. Research from Harvard Business School actually found that buyers decide whether they trust you within the first 7 seconds of meeting you. I mean, just let that sink in for a moment. They're making this massive, foundational decision before a single word about your product is even spoken. Your true first impression isn't your perfectly crafted pitch. Actually, scratch that. It's your physical and emotional presence.
Confidence is the invisible product you sell first. In sales, confidence is not optional. It is literally mandatory. When you project certainty, you immediately trigger safety in the buyer's mind. You trigger authority, you trigger trust. See, customers always make emotional decisions first. Then they justify them with logic second. If you don't successfully sell the invisible product of confidence, they will never, ever buy the physical product you're offering. You have to believe in the solution.
I know a lot of beginners are secretly terrified that being confident will make them look pushy or arrogant. But look at this comparison. Arrogance talks over the client. It nervously fills silence with self-promotion. True confidence, it does the exact opposite. Confidence listens actively. It asks deep questions, and it is completely comfortable with silence. You really do not need to be loud to be highly confident.
Now, the other massive confidence killer is the fear of rejection. We need to completely reframe this right now. Listen to me. Rejection is almost never about you. It's usually about timing, budget, or just a business fit. The old belief is, oh man, they rejected me, or I failed. The new truth you absolutely must adopt today is, they rejected this offer at this moment, and I just gathered valuable data. Every single no gives you data to refine your approach. It's just business data, guys, not a personal judgment.
Moving right along to Section 2, Handling Real Scenarios. What to say when you're nervous.
We are moving out of theory and into actionable application here, because the words you choose matter, especially when the pressure is on. I want you to use this exact script. When it's time to present an offer, beginners often ramble and, frankly, they sound desperate. Instead, strip it completely down. Say, I'd love to put together a quick overview of what we could do for you specifically. It would take about 20 minutes. Worth it? It's clean, it's direct, and it highly respects their time. Remember, you are making a professional offer, not a plea for their attention.
Now for the big one. The crucial point is handling that terrifying price question. When the client finally asks, so, how much? Do not flinch, do not apologize, and definitely don't hesitate. Use the staccato framework. The investment is X. Most clients see that back within that time frame. Want me to walk you through how? Boom. You state the price with unshakable certainty. You instantly pivot the conversation back to value and ROI, and you end with a question that keeps you firmly in control of the whole dialogue.
But what happens when they flat out say no? Top sellers don't panic. They don't get defensive. They use this exact phrasing. Completely understood. Is there anything about the proposal that didn't feel right? I genuinely love the feedback. This is exactly how you handle a rejection calmly. You keep your dignity totally intact, you don't burn the relationship, and crucially, you gather that valuable data we talked about earlier for your next pitch.
All right, into Section 3 we go. Elite Tactics and Action. Advanced Confidence Secrets.
Here's a secret. Elite salespeople are not fearless. They feel the exact same anxiety you do, they just have systems to override it. So here's a biological hack used by top performers. When your fight or flight response kicks in right before a call, use this specific breathing pattern. Inhale for 4 counts, hold it for 4, exhale for 6. Doing this actually activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It forces your heart rate down and physically reduces your anxiety in under 60 seconds. It works every single time, so use it.
And you pair that breathing with a pre-call ritual. Elite sellers do the exact same preparation routine before every single pitch. Maybe it's reviewing your notes, taking those 3 deep breaths using that 4-4-6 method we just covered, and mentally visualizing a successful outcome. By doing the exact same thing every time, you're building an automatic psychological trigger in your brain.
Your mind learns that this specific ritual means it's time to step up. It naturally shifts you into a state of conditioned confidence without you having to force it at all.
Which brings us to Section 4, your confidence action plan, the first step.
Because let's face it, all the theory in the world is completely useless without execution. You have the psychology now, you have the scripts, you even have the biological hacks. Now it's time for the first step. Look, every top salesperson you admire once stood exactly where you are right now. The only difference? Practice, repetition, and the decision to just take action. As it says right there, the world rewards those who show up. Confidence is not some magical personality trait you're born with. It's a hard skill built through repetition. So here is my final question for you today. What could your business actually look like a year from now if you finally stop letting fear make your decisions? Close this explainer, pick up the phone, and find out.